Hey folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program, and welcome to the DV-7K Mark II. This is going to the moon. I don't entirely know if it's going to get back from the moon, but it's going to go there. You can see this is actually 7.8K total of Delta V. And I'm really happy we ran that second Minimus mission in the last couple of sets of videos, or I guess 3 videos, because we learned a few things when we did our Trans-Munar injection stage over here. We got to Minimus with plenty of fuel left in there, which made me realize that, you know what, we can really do the sort of Apollo-esque thing of leaving what is effectively a fuel tank in orbit around the moon for us to redock with it after we leave the lunar surface. So what I've gone ahead and done, and I had read somewhere that it was important to do this sort of thing with the decouplers, because normally when the decouplers launch, and here's a good example here, the little arrow shows which side it decouples on. So this side here separates. So this little sort of bit of decoupler remnant stays with this here, with this Rockomax that you launch away. But if we want to be able to have a a docking port working, we need to do this. Although now I'm just wondering if we'll be able to just right-click and detach that. Maybe that's actually sufficient enough. I don't know. Anyway, there's an octo probe core on this bottom part. That way I can still switch control to this if need be, make adjustments to the orbit, and also maybe keep some SAS on or something like that. And what else did we learn on the last mission? Oh yes, solar panels. Which way is the hatch side? Is it the right side? Not exactly. I guess it's going to lean to the side. You know what? That's fine. I'm using the retractable solar panels here. Oh, this should be symmetrical. There we go, just a paired symmetry over there. These are the retractable solar panels, so that it's less important here. It's more important on the lander, actually, to be able to retract this one. To be honest, this one may have been fine with the other kind, but it's going to be ultimately okay. Did I set up my action groups for these for convenience? I put it on light because I don't have my VAB configured so that I can do custom action groups. My light hotkey will extend and retract my photovoltaic solar panels, which is really nice. 1 battery on this set, 1 battery on the bit down below. Feeling pretty good. A little bit of RCS there. I don't have any RCS containers on here. Of course, you have a little bit of monopropellant in the main command pod. I'm hoping to use this just for the fine-tuning end of the of our docking, because I have a docking port on the top here. So the idea is, when we get to the moon, we detach this bit stays in lunar orbit, we land with this part here, and then take off with this part afterwards, and reconnect right there to that docking port, nose to nose. And then use what's fuel that's left here to leave lunar orbit. So the question is, can this thing land and take off again on the moon? The landing, I think, is going to be okay. I checked some spreadsheets that are out there, and people say it takes about 800-ish Delta V to get into a lunar orbit. So this stage here, so 1800, and I'm assuming, I don't know if this is true, I'm pretty sure I'm correct-ish at thinking this. I think if you're in orbit, and then you want to deorbit and land safely, which is to say have a velocity of 0 upon contact of the ground, well, that's the exact opposite of taking off and going to orbit, right? So it should be 800, 800 both ways. So 800, 800 would be 1600. I have 1784. I have almost 200 extra Delta V, which I'm mostly going to use during my landing, because almost certainly I'll sort of, be a little inefficient in my landing there. We'll see. Hopefully it will work out. I think I've got everything I need. I did spend our science for our last Minimus mission mostly to unlock the atmospheric fluid spectrovariometer and the double C seismic accelerometer, with the hope that we can get even more science. We might even be able to get some science on the way out. I've got the ladder here. I'm hoping it's going to reach down to about here, and then, oh yeah, no, I didn't want to leave that there. That was a mistake. I want to, hang on, extend that. Extend? Can I not extend it on this view? Oh. It's fine. We'll do something like this. We can actually, you know what? I'm going to toss this, because we can RCS on the moon. I don't think it's going to be as good as Minimus, but we can RCS, so we should be able to reach this ladder. Having this extend down here will make it easy to grab these experiments, but other than that, we should be okay. All right, let's save this, and we are going to launch. This rocket, because the docking clamp is a real weak point in my little, I did a couple of test launches to see things. What was happening Ooh, still a bit of wobble there. It was wobbling quite a bit taken off, so I decided to put more support structs over there. In fact, I don't even know if I need the lower ones anymore. And having the fairings there was causing it to be really weird because the support structs would attach to the fairings, but the actual payload inside the fairing would still wobble on my test launch. So that was a little bit doofy. Let me I'll show this. What I can do the thing where you we turn off one of the batteries. I guess I can turn maybe this one off for now, just to make sure nothing weird happens. Let me check. If I tap U, my solar panels should deploy. I hope. Okay. Oh, that one's not on the right hotkey. Okay. Let's go and revert and make sure that that's there. It's not important. I mean, I can manually open them up, but it's a hell of a lot more convenient, of course, if all the solar panels open up at the same time. Action groups. Oh, it's because when I put them down in the symmetry. Lights, and then this one here. Toggle. Okay, it didn't create another group, but I'm thinking it's because of the previous lack of symmetry. Let's open that up now, because I'm thinking it just set itself properly for the symmetry now. Let's see. Come on, open up. Open up. The other thing is, with the ship this long, I'm really noticing that the gravity turn does not have the same margin for error as you might appreciate, because any real deviation from prograde can cause it to flip around quite a bit. And if you start your gravity turn too soon, gravity's just too gravity. Okay, retract. There we go. Everything is working awesome. I don't have any actual lights on here, although I suppose I could on my lander, but I'm hoping to land on the sunny side of the moon. Okay, SAS turn. Oh, I have the wrong pilot. Revert flight. I don't want to bring Jebediah. I want to bring Bob. I want to bring a scientist. I mean, pilots, overrated. What we need is more science. We need the science harder. Bob, you are going to be the man. Save and go. I was just noticing when I turned on the SAS, I had all kinds of extra options, which would be damn handy. But what is going to be handier is the ability to reset some experiments. Now, I'm not planning on doing like I did in Minmus and visit more than one biome. But it's possible we'll have a chance to do some orbital science too. I'm not sure if there's anything left. We'll see how it goes. Okay, stages are good. We're going to recover those. That'll go and light there. That's the double coupler thing. This. Okay. I'm going to get to around 100 meters a second, and then, and only then, do my gravity turn. Okay. The first set of fuel tanks will expire relatively quickly. There we go. So let's do this. We're going to stay within the prograde circle, generally speaking, to avoid any drag causing me to flip 180 degrees or anything weird like that. Okay, so we're around our 10-degree mark. At least I assume that's what that is. Oh, I think I could have jettisoned that fuel a little sooner. I think I didn't notice. I heard a sound. Maybe I did respond relatively quickly. So if all goes well with this, we'll still hit that 45-degree mark at around 15,000 kilometers. Feels like it's going a little quick, so I'm going to stay just left of the prograde circle. Not too far left or we'll flip. Yeah, it's definitely feeling like we're gravity turning a little too fast, but if I go too far out of the circle, it's quite hard to not lose control of the craft, so... Oof, it is fighting me. It is fighting me a lot. Maybe I should have... I did start at, what, like 90 meters per second? Maybe I really should have waited till the full 100 meters per second, or even 110. Because it actually wants to go into too shallow of an ascent. It's gravity turning too well. It's funny, with the little baby ships, it was almost impossible to gravity turn to... Okay, no, I'm going a little slower than I thought. Alright, I was... Oh, yeah, I'm not... What is that, an EVA? Yeah, I'm not EVAing on our way up. That would be crazy. Okay, yeah, no, I'm actually gravity turning too slow. All that concern, I don't think I'd realized I'd gotten up to 15K that fast. Still, we should be fine. Could possibly go wrong. Okay. There we are. We're crossing the 45-degree marker. Just, there we go. By 30,000, we're going to be at around 60 degrees, which I think is okay. Yeah, our time to apoapsis is pretty bang on. Could certainly be brought down a little, so I can be a little aggressive here with being ahead of prograde a bit. And now, at about 30,000, we really don't have much in the way of atmospheric effects, so I have a lot more freedom to go where I want here. In fact, I think we can pretty much... Oop, there we go. Switch to orbit mode. We can pretty much go directly 90 degrees at this point. And we'll probably still have to cut out our engines slightly early. Dropping our time to Apo. Actually, this may... I mean, obviously, if it's a direct, even curve the entire way, that's going to lead to the most optimal stuff. Damn, this is actually going to be pretty darn good. We're basically just flattening it out. We are increasing our Apo still, but not by much. It's going to be more now that the prograde is sort of met up with me. Time is now going up. Okay, yeah, so we're effectively increasing our Apo a little bit. It was a bit static for a while. Yeah, go directly towards the horizon. We're going to be fine. We're going to be absolutely fine. We're going to be Apo-absolutely fine. Haha. Yeah, alright. Sorry. Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. And, whoop, cut it out. We're basically there. Woo! Camera change as we technically enter space. Technically in orbit, although our periapsis isn't quite high enough. That's weird with the repeat. Oh, EVA data somewhere. No, it would be a PR nightmare. Oh, because we're not high enough yet. Okay. I thought we were in proper orbit. I was just watching the apoapsis. So we are still in the atmosphere a little bit. We're getting a little bit of drag, especially with the little tail fins, which technically reduce efficiency, but make it a little more stable, which I appreciate. So our total apoapsis is going to drop a little bit as we get a little bit of drag, but not that much. I have no reaction wheels on this. I do technically have a little bit of RCS on the front, but I'm not using any of it right now, that's for sure. Well, I suppose the reaction wheels, I have a probe core there, and a little bit in the command modules, so... But turning this thing is crazy. So in theory, I don't want to EVA yet. In theory, I can drop this basically anytime. The idea is this thing to get me into orbit. I think I'll probably still have a little bit of juice left in the tank to start our Trans-Munar injection. That must be Minmus over there, or a satellite. Wonder what that is. Anywho. We are, I guess we can fast forward here. We have to physics warp because we're still in the atmosphere. And the only thing that would be bad is if what if I turn off SAS here, actually? Because the SAS is keeping us on the exact same pointing, but really, we're really looking to be prograde, and the atmosphere, atmosphere analysis, EVA report, we're not actually out yet. And the air, I mean, it's thin, so it's not going to be that much, but no. Oh, yeah, we'll have to go and reset the, what was it, the atmosphere one, which is right over there. Okay, we're going to have to do a little bit of EVA around Earth here. We might be able to get a little bit more free data. Okay, so anyway, let's try to face prograde a bit, because that will still be our most air-efficient thing. Yeah, we don't really have a nose cone here. It's not great, but it could be worse. And we are almost in space proper. Just trying to keep it pointed prograde, which is a hard thing to do when you are time warping. And 70. There we go. So now what I can do is actually true time warp, not just physics time warp, which means I don't have to worry about weird rotations, plus there's no atmosphere. We're just going to let the counter come down as close to 0 as possible for our time to apoapsis. Because... Ooh, there was... Oh, do I not have it set... Hang on. Right-click for settings. I want you to stop warp on any discovery of science, because we missed one there. Usually I find that happens when it's like we're over a shore or something like that, because the shore is so thin. There. On any science, I want you to stop the warp. Thank you. Is there any chance we're going to cross over another shore? Actually, we are. Hey, what? I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to time warp. We've got a couple minutes before apoapsis. I'm willing to bet we trigger one of these shore things. There'll be another one over there. Okay, let's go ahead and warp. If hopefully it pauses properly. If we do, I'm just going to keep my mouse over here. Yeah. Shore EVA. Grab it. Go. Nice. Okay. Fast forward. Just trying to get to the apoapsis. It'll be a tiny, tiny, tiny little burn to make this circular. And, okay. Actually, the biggest problem is it's going to take me about 45 minutes to point this the right way around. I mean, as soon as I turn on the engine, even if I turn it on just a little bit, then we can use this to help us turn. So it's not going to be too bad. We're going to be fine. Turn on the SAS again, although it's not operating right now because I am turning. Yeah, we just passed it, but that's okay. I'm going to go to minimal burn here just to help me point the right way. And whoa, get a camera change again. All right. And we're going to go to full burn in a sec. Right there. Boop. A little more. And we are technically in orbit. Not 100% circular, but good enough for government work. Power is good. I don't need to deploy the solar panels yet, plus we're on the dark side. I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna set up a dummy maneuver node here, but not actually use it. Just a little bookmark. Where's the moon? The moon is there. Like, which one of these glowy things is the moon? So right around here, let's pull it back just a bit. Right around there, we'll experience moonrise. So let me open this up. Actually turn off SAS. Make sure we're not draining any power other than the probe cores. So yes, warp to right around there. We might get some more science if we pass over something we haven't done yet. Oh. Cancel. We need to EVA and clear our atmospheric data. We probably passed over a bunch of different biomes that could have done it. Turn on the SAS. And where's my door? Turns the doors up, because that'll make it a lot easier to get in and out. Good. And extend this ladder. So actually, if all goes well, we won't even have to use our RCS. Okay. You're not... Kill the rotation. SAS. Keep us stable. Alright. EVA. So we're going to climb down. Excellent. To this thing right here. What? Download data. Lovely. I didn't have any crew data. No. Come up. And board. Board. Excellent. Whoa. Camera angle. Alright. So yeah, we might have passed over some other biomes that we could have scienced, but that's them's the breaks. Let me go and do the warp again. So again, just before the 45 degree, somewhere right around here. Boop. Yes, the boop sound effect is critical. Absolutely required. If we were really good, the periapsis would have been there because it would have led to slightly more efficiency. But anyway, I think we can actually warp a little bit more. Okay. And then we're going to turn around because we are facing the wrong way. Did the moon already rise? Oh, shoot. The moon already rised. I actually time warped a little too far. It's going to be okay. Get around, 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 get around. We've got, what, 16 seconds of burn left in this current stage. We may as well use it here. I'm pretty sure we could get there anyway. But I'm going to go to full burn now, which will easily allow us to straighten out. There we go. So, and all we're going to do is zoom out and watch our orbit change. Although, I'm going to have to do the stage change here. There's no way this is enough to get us to overshoot the moon, so there we go. There we go. Stay prograde, just watch it until we get the gray line. We should intersect this, even though my burn was a little bit late. We'll intersect it somewhere around here, so it's going to be fine. When I get a little bit closer to the gray line, we will... Oh yeah, can't time warp while we're accelerating, of course. We will go ahead... I suppose I could physics warp, but... when I get a little closer, I'm going to start decelerating. Or... Not decelerating, but not thrusting quite as hard. Unthrusting. Having a little hard time staying prograde here. There we go. Much better. Still got a good ways to go. Plenty of fuel left in this stage. It's a pretty redonkulous stage, which is good because we're going to have to use it to get back from the moon anyway. And slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Just looking for the line to change colors at this point, which should happen any moment now. And boom. Okay. Sweet. So let's take a look at what our focus view. how it looks like in the moon. Whoa! Really? Okay, hang on. If I were to go add a maneuver here, and then refocus on the moon, and start adding a little bit of prograde, does that make my orbit go smaller? No. What if I retrograde a bit? What the hell? How on earth? I have never... I mean, it's not... Whoa. Hang on, what if I give it a little bit more prograde and come up on the other side? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. So it's going to be a bit weird. We're going to come in differently. I'm used to coming in around here and then going that way. Maybe it's just because of the position of the moon or whatever. So if I do... None of this makes any sense. This is where I am now, so... Oh, I probably just passed the maneuver. That makes sense. Let's add a maneuver 8 minutes ahead. There we are. Okay. I would rather not just smack into the moon. Surely there's some option to not do that. There we go. All right, burning radial. If I do this, actually, that's pretty much where I want to be. All right, so I'm not actually going to do the maneuver where I planned it. I just want to figure out, like, what direction... no, sorry, radial is what I'm looking for. Anti-radial. Which is this one here where it's going in? Well, we'll find out. It's either going to go... Oh my god, it's funny how it wobbles, as all I'm doing is steering. It'll either get a little tighter. The yellow line will either get a little tighter here as I start accelerating very slowly, or it'll get a little bit wider. Okay. I think that's the wrong way. Yep. Okay. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. So by going radial, we're literally like, if you put a pin in the middle of my orbit, you're just spinning your orbit around there, which you wouldn't notice if it was circular, but if it's got a really long bit off to the side, it's just shifting basically where the apoapsis is. Okay, so it's this one is what I want. Or not. For fuck's sake. Maybe because of where I am. Maybe I really do have to wait until the maneuver I'm in place. All right, tell you what, we'll wait for the maneuver node. Oh, well, I'm kind of an idiot. I could have just followed the maneuver node to get the right direction. I guess it's because of where I'm burning. Yeah, so it is going to be around there. I'm just doing it a little too early. Come back, come back, come back, come back. Yeah, of course. If this is right near the maneuver node. Anyway, let's go ahead and warp to a little closer to the maneuver. Actually, I suppose the radial angle at the maneuver spot is going to just be completely different from the radial angle of wherever I am. Well, this is derpy. There we go. That is the right one. I can probably just start doing the burn now. I was not realizing it. Alright, go away. I'm not aiming for a maneuver. I was just doing that. Okay, so there. Yeah, alright. Now we're good. Now we're good. Now we're good. And stop. Alright, about 30K above the lunar surface. Excellent. That is what I'm looking for. Okay. So, still have lots and lots and lots and lots of fuel left in the tank. This current tank that I've got has almost 3 minutes left of delta V. I mean, 1,300. The idea is I'm going to use this to brake around the moon. So, something like so. And actually, I'm going to try to round this off as much as possible. So, it's going to be... I'll make an adjustment. Or, again, I might just do the retrograde burn without staring at the maneuver here. So we're going to get down something like this. 250 delta V to sort of circularize my orbit over here. So we're still going to have over 1,000 left in the tank, which I gotta assume is going to be more than enough to leave lunar orbit. I mean, if it took me 250 to drop from an escape velocity into this orbit, it should take me 250 to escape from that orbit. Assuming everything makes sense the way that I think it does. Sure. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put a cut in here. In the next episode, we're going to pick it up basically right as I come in the sphere of influence of the moon. And we're going to get ready to make this burn into orbit. Thank you very much for watching another episode of my Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program. See you next time, folks.